Alright traders, welcome back to this channel. So in today's video, I'll be taking you guys on the topic I call order block. Now first of all, you want to ask, what is an order block? Now these are the points where smart money tend to enter for a huge buy or sell order. Alright, now you can use this order block to take a nice scalp entry. You can scalp with this order block, and you can do this with the use of price action. Okay, if you apply price action on your order block, it will be so perfect, or not, maybe not 100%, but like 80% sure that you will win that trade, because you have to understand candlestick before you be able to understand order block or trade order block. So if you haven't watched my video about candlestick, then go check it out. All right, I talked about everything you need to know on candlestick and the types of candlesticks you need to check out at a key level. All right, so without yapping too much, let's dive deep into it. Now, we said order block are points where smart money do enter for a huge buying or selling pressure. Now, this is a huge buying pressure at this point. This is a huge buying pressure. So, where is the order block? If you want to spot out your order block, you spot out your order block at the last candle before the huge move, which is this one right here. The last candle before the huge move, and you draw it out. You wait for a retracement. Okay, don't take the trade at this point. As you can see here, this is not a retracement, because a lot of retail traders would have entered from this point, and this is the wrong way to trade order block, because price hasn't gotten to a point of interest. Okay, if you take trade from here, you would have gotten stopped out by this. Okay, you would have gotten liquidated by the market. So wait for price to come to your order block, and when price is at your order block, you check out for what price is doing. That is when price action comes in. Okay, you check out of what the market is doing by looking at the candlestick at that point. I don't know if you're understanding me. So when we have here price traded into our order block at this point, so we are checking out for the candlestick and what price is doing at this point. Here you see a lot of red candle coming down to this order block, and immediately you see the change in candle, the change in the color of the candle is one confirmation. Okay, that is one confirmation. Seeing the change in the color of the candle is one confirmation. The second confirmation is how the candlesticks started getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. Is the second confirmation that price is about to turn bullish at this point. Okay, so that means that this order block is a valid order block. Okay, I'm going to also show you guys an invalid order block, so you guys will like understand and beware of those kind of order blocks and not take trade. Okay, so as we have here, as the candlesticks start getting smaller, immediately you see this engulfing candlestick, this bullish engulfing candlestick, you enter for your buy entry. Let's say you take out your buy entry at this point, then you set your take profit at the next order block, which is here, the next point where price enter, where smart money entered for a huge selling pressure, which is right here. So you want to set your take profit at this point here. So let's see how it played out, and your stop loss below that order block, which is right here below the order block right there. So let's see how it played out. As you can see, a beautiful trade played out perfectly well. So this is how you trade your order block. Okay, as simple as this. Now I'm going to show you guys another example of how you take trade. All right, so this is another example. So what do we have here? A drastic bullish move. As you can see here, a drastic bullish move. So we mark out the last candle. Don't forget this, guys. The last candle before the drastic move, from the shadow, from the upper shadow to the lower shadow of that candle. Okay, you don't mark from the body of the candle, you mark from the wick of the candle. All right, so you draw it out and wait for price to retrace back to that other block before you enter for your buy or sell entry. As you can see, price traded into it. And also watch out for the candlestick coming to that point. Okay, as you can see, a huge selling pressure, a huge candlestick coming down to this other block. And immediately it starts getting to the other block, the candlestick started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, so this is the first criteria, that the candlestick are getting smaller. Okay, it's a good thing. And the second one is that we have a bullish engulfing candlestick at this point. Okay, we have a bullish engulfing candlestick at this point after price has retraced back to our other block, which is right here. So you want to take your entry. Immediately you see this bullish engulfing candlestick, your stop loss below that other block, and your entry at the next supply zone, which is right here, which is right here, is a supply zone at this point. So you set your take profit at that point. All right, as you can see, it was a beautiful trade. Okay, so this is how you make use of your order block. And also don't forget that if you want to trade your order block, you make use of one particular time frame. Okay, don't analyze your chart on the 15-minute time frame and then you go to the 4-hour time frame or the 1-hour time frame or the daily time frame to set your take profits. Don't do that. If you do that, price will never get to your take profits. Price will just get to this, the nearest supply zone, and just retrace from that place. Okay, so set, or rather analyze your chart at one particular time frame and set your take profit at that same time frame at the next key level. All right, so this is how you do it. All right, guys, so this is another example. As you can see here, we have a huge buying pressure at this point. Okay, first of all, if you see this, what you understand is that there are multiple buying pressures at this point. Okay, this is a huge buying pressure. This is another huge buying pressure. And this is another huge buying pressure. Now, for you to know the one that we like work the most, the one that are likely to, that price are likely to retrace to, this is what you will do. Like I said, you want to drop from the wick, from the higher wick to the lower wick of that candlestick. Now, after doing this, okay, imagine you have something like this. Okay, it's an example. Maybe you're about to take your trade using order block and you have something like this, whereby you have different bullish or bearish drastic price move. Okay, this is what you do. You measure the candlestick. Okay, after drawing this one out, then you take out this box that you drew out. Okay, you measure it with the others. As you can see, this candlestick is clearly bigger than this one. You measure it with this one also. As you can see here, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candlestick to do what this one candlestick did at this point. So which means that this is the most valid order block. Okay, so we are using this order block. So this is what you do in case you have different bullish or bearish huge candlestick that you are about to consider or trade order block with. So this is what you do in order to understand and know the one that is more valid and that price will likely retrace to. Okay, so this is the fair value gap that we are using. This is the most valid order block. So you want to mark out the candlestick before the drastic move. Okay, you want to mark out the candlestick before the drastic move, which is this one here. So you spot it out, and here we are. Now, what did you see here at this point? There is a retracement at this point, and also there is a doji candlestick. If we don't, that is why I said, if you haven't seen my video of what of the one I did about candlestick, the video I did about candlestick, then go check it out. Okay, you see all these things there. Okay, this is a dodgy candlestick, and this means that there is indecision in the price between the buyers and the sellers. Okay, no one is in control of the market at this point. All right, so when you see this candlestick at a point of interest, okay, at a valid point of interest, then you look out for the next candlestick. If the next candlestick, at this point now we are trading order block, if the next candlestick is a red candlestick, which is a bearish candlestick, which means that this order block is not going to work. Okay, it's not going to work. But if the next candlestick is a bullish candlestick, after getting to your point of interest, you see this dodgy candlestick and you see a bullish candlestick piercing above all this candlestick, which means it's an engulfing candlestick, then you take your entry. Okay, as simple as that. You take your entry at this point. Immediately you see this bullish candlestick, you enter for the trade and set your stop loss below that other block. Okay, then you set your take profit at the next supply zone, which is right here at the next supply zone. So this is it. As you can see, played out perfectly well. So go out there, backtest this. Okay, try this out. All right, so I'm going to show you guys another example so you can know that this strategy actually works. Okay, so this is another example. Here we also have our drastic move at this point. We have our drastic move at this point. So remember, you mark out the candlestick before the drastic move, and you are marking from the low of the week to the high of the week, or from the high to the low of the week. Okay, and you spot it out and wait for a retracement. Okay, immediately price retraced into that order block. Like I said, look out for the candlestick at that point before you take that particular trade. Okay, look out for the candlestick. Immediately you see your engulfing candlestick, then you enter for your buy entry. Your stop loss below that order block, and you take profit at the next supply zone. As you can see, played out perfectly well. Okay, let me look for another example. A drastic bullish move at this point. So you mark out from the week of the last candle, from the high of the week to the low of the week. All right, immediately price retrace into it. Then you wait for a bullish engulfing candlestick. As you can see, this two engulfing candlestick clearly engulfs this last bearish candlestick. Okay, so this is considered as a bullish engulfing candlestick. All right, so you are taking your buying entry from here, your stop loss below that low, then your take profit at the next supply zone, which is like right here at the next supply zone. As you can see, played out perfectly well. So this is how you make use of your order block. Okay, don't forget, apply price action to this. Okay, apply price action to this. All right, and also make sure you understand candlestick before you trade your order block. Now, what do we have here? A bullish, huge buying pressure at this point. Now, you want to trade using your order block strategy from this point, and you are marking You are spotting the last candlestick from the last from the high of the shadow to the low of the shadow. Now, this is an invalid order block. Okay, you are trading order block and you see something like this. Just know that this is an invalid order block because you are seeing the candlestick that is supposed to change. All right, if you understand price action so well, like I was saying, if you have watched that my video that I talked about candlestick, you understand what you are seeing here. Okay, price is supposed to like give us a small candlestick while getting to this order block before it gives us an engulfing candlestick and retrace back. Then we can take our buy entry. But what we have here, there is no first criteria that the candlestick are getting smaller and smaller. What we have here is a huge candlestick piercing below this order block. Okay, chances are this order block is going to fail. Okay, this is an invalid order block. So when you see something like this, don't take that trade. Okay, stay out of the market because you are going to lose your hard-earned money. All right, so this is an invalid order block. Now, this is another example of an invalid order block. All right, so as we have here, as usual, a drastic bearish move at this point, a drastic bearish move. So we are drawing the last candle before the huge bearish move from the high of the candlestick to the low of the candlestick. Right, so now you wait for retracement, which is right here. Okay, price retraced at this point. Now remember, our first criteria is that the candlestick should get smaller and smaller. And immediately we see our engulfing candlestick, we enter for the sell entry or the buy entry, depending depending the trade that you are trading, if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. Okay, so here we are. First criteria is not showing us that price will retrace from this point. Okay, there is no candlestick that is getting smaller at this point. What we are seeing here is a huge bullish candlestick piercing above our order block, and that is what we do not want. All right, that is what we do not want to see. We do not want to see a candlestick piercing above our order block. Okay, if you see something like this, chances are this order block is going to fail. Okay, this is not a valid order block. All right, so as we have here, price piercing above our order block. So don't take this type of order block. Okay, don't take this trade. Okay, this is an invalid order block. All right, so I know I've explained a lot of things. Okay, as you can see, I'm sitting right here explaining all these things to you. Okay, you can see me losing my train of thoughts. You can see me stuttering. You can see me searching for what to say, or rather thinking of what to say. So I believe you have understand something. All right, so go out and backtest this and see if it works. Okay, remember, no strategy works 100%. Okay, this order block is going to work for like 80%. I'm sure about that, but not 100%. And also understand price action, and also understand candlestick. You can go and check out my video I'm talking about candlestick and see what I mean there. All right, so go out there and try this out. Try this on the demo account before you start trading live accounts. All right, and also don't forget to hit that like button and comment below what you feel about this video or questions you want me to answer you. All right, and also leave me by hitting that subscribe button and that share button. All right, and happy trading day and happy trading week.